Halfway to his goal, he froze as he heard footsteps approaching the stand of tall grasses where he lay hidden. The cover that had seemed adequate a moment earlier seemed all too thin now. Clever bird, hiding in grass, but I hope the wind doesn't blow. But the footsteps stumbled, and Skan held his breath, not wanting to betray his position by breathing steam into the cold air. He froze in mid-step, right foreclaw held a mere thumb length above the ground. He could not see the human who approached without turning his head, which he would not do. He could only wait and listen. The footsteps stopped. There was a muffled curse, and the sound of hands fumbling with cloth. Then, clear and unmistakable, the sound of a thin stream of water hitting the matted grasses. The human grunted, yawned. The sound of trousers being hitched up followed. The footsteps stumbled away again. Skandrannon unfroze and lowered his claw to the ground. There were no other incidents as he made his way up the escarpment and slid under the shelter of a knot of wild plum bushes to wait until dawn. He could feel the beetles and spiders of the thicket exploring their newly arrived piece of landscape as the minutes went by. Despite the impulse to yelp and swat them, though, he stayed still. Their irritation provided a blessing in a way, something to feel, to keep his senses alert after nightfall. Skandrannon's tentative plan was to wait until darkness, then sneak out to explore the camp. Other warriors suspected his stealthiness was a result of Urtho's magicking, although the elder denied it, citing the Gryphon's near-obsessive interest in dancing movements. He had often watched Skandrannon mimicking human, Tovadi, and Hertasi performers in private. Skandrannon had trained himself with a dedication he would never admit, except as a boast, applying that knowledge to flight, to lovemaking, and to combat. That, in truth, was what made him quieter than a whisper of wind. No spells or tricks, just practiced grace. Silence alone is not enough. Urtho has learned that the hard way. We've lost border towns for half a generation, and only now begun doing more than simply defending our borders. Well, Urtho had never intended to become Archmage. He's more suited to crafting silver and carving figures than deploying armies. Such a pity that a man so kind-hearted would be pressed into the role of a warlord, but better he than a heartless man. And I'd certainly rather be off making little gryflets. That would have to wait until the world became a safer place to raise young, though. For now Skandrannon waited, until a shriek ran out from the town, echoing off the walls of the valley. Only practiced self-control kept him from leaping into the air, claws stretched to rend and tear. One at least still lives. I'm coming, friend. I'm coming. Just hold on a little longer. Just a little. I can't wait any longer.